Hey everyone, it's the Phototechie here. In today's video, I'm comparing the Steelseries Nova 1X with the Turtlebeach Recon 200 Gen 2. The Nova 1X costs $59.99 here in UK. You have a detachable 4-foot long rubber 3.5mm cable. Also some stickers in the box if you want to use them. All the controllers are on the left ear cup, the mic mute button and the volume rocker. The mic is also tucked nicely in. When you want to use it, you pull it out, position it however you like. When not in use, you can put it back in. The cable also connects to the left ear cup as well. The Recon costs $49.99 here in UK, has a permanently attached 3.5mm rubber cable. The mic is also permanently attached to the left ear cup, but it is flip up to mute. That's a very good feature. All the controls are here on the left ear cup. We have a mic side tone dial, which is really handy. We have the volume dial. The power on switch has two options. So we have PlayStation or Xbox, and in the off mode, it's basically a passive headset, no amplification. The USB-C charging port is here as well. And in the box, we get a very standard, very small rubber USB-A to USB-C cable. The built-in battery is rated for 12 hours of continuous use. Talking about build quality, the Recon 200 made out of plastic, but we do have some metal reinforcement going on in the headband. And the headband cushion is nice and soft, pleather material, but for me it's a little bit small. The ear pads are, Turtlebeach advertised them as memory foam, and they are very nice, breathable. The cloth material, very soft. They also say that these are glasses friendly, and I can confirm my brother-in-law, when he used these, he wears glasses. These are actually, yeah, very nice. We have a full swivel for the ear cups. So when not in use, you can swivel them on your neck or on the table. And it's the right way around. So when you put them on your neck, they actually face down. Overall build quality, there are some creaks and stuff, you know, being made out of plastic. But the positive is it's very light. It's only 256 grams on my scales. Comfort-wise, I've had long gaming sessions. Now, the way these are designed, there's a lot of gap on the sides when you put them on your head. So there's definitely a pressure point on the top. But the plus side of having the pressure point on the top is your clamping force is quite light, and I personally prefer that because I don't like the inside of the driver hitting my ear or having that seal. I think the sound sort of gets muddled up for me if it's like really like pressing into my ears. So I personally like this, but there's definitely I wish there was like a hybrid, like not that much of a pressure point on the head, but I rather deal with a top pressure point than having a really strong clamping force. So at the price point, I would say comfort is could be better, but I'm not complaining. I got used to it pretty easily. Talking about the Nova 1X build quality, it is made out of complete plastic, but it's a very sturdy build quality. I don't hear no creaks at all. Feels very, very sturdy to me. The headband is a very unique cloth design. We have adjustments for the ear cups moving up and down, which very nice resistance because there are no notches. Never found them to be slipping out of place. Full 90-degree swivel on the ear cups, and the cushions are cloth material, breathable, and very nice and soft. Now, touching up on the comfort side of things, this headband is very nice. There is no pressure on the top of your head, but what happens is all the pressure is now sort of coming on the clamping force. I personally don't like higher clamping forces, so I did put the headband to the topmost place. So make sure that because you can actually do that. If you want more clamping force, you can move it down. So I put it to the topmost place, adjusted the right height for the ear cups, and I still find, especially once it got a bit, run in, when it was new, the ear cups had a bit more stiffness to them, so my ears were never touching the inside of the drivers. But once after a month later, these started sort of clamping in more for my liking, because the ear cups are getting softer and softer, and the top of my ear is definitely touching the driver inside. So these are very, very comfortable. Don't get me wrong. When you put the Turtlebeach on, put these on, straight away you feel that pressure just gone from the top of your head. But personally, for me, I don't like that the clamping force. So if I had to pick one winner for myself, would definitely be the Recon 200. But if you don't mind a little bit of a clamping force, these definitely are way more comfortable on the top of your head than the Recon 200s. So this is recording on the Recon 200 Gen 2's mic plugged directly into my laptop with a 3.5mm jack. The mic is a fixed position, so unfortunately you can't bring it close or far away from you. And I think because of that proximity, also the mic is not very big. It's very close to the ear cuff. So whilst gaming, my brother, who's always in a party chat with me, has sometimes complained that he could hear my game audio, like echoes. I think that's because these breathable air cushions are leaking some audio out and the mic is picking it up. Now I do play a lot with the open back EPOS 86 and he's never complained about that. So I don't know what's going on with this one because it should be the same principle. If the audio is going into it, it should be the same as the open back as well. When I listen to the recording, sounds fine to me, but this is what you can expect. So this is recording on the Steelseries Nova 1X mic. The good thing about this mic is it's the positioning. You can actually bring it close to you, your mouth or far away. And I have to say, whilst gaming, my brother and other teammates who in the party chat usually with me, they did think that this was probably the best sounding mic I had. Even though I have a mod mic and the EPOS 86, they thought that this was really good. The best thing I like about this one is the positioning, so I can bring it close to me or far away. Nobody's ever complained about any game noise leaking into it, so I think the noise rejection is pretty good. But yeah, this is basically what you can expect from the Nova 1X mic. Talking about the sound quality and the gaming experience, I'd like to start with the Recon 200 Gen 2s. We have a passive mode, so when the headset is off, that sound is very thin, but you can keep it at full volume and it doesn't sound harsh when you fire your gun or anything and an explosion happens. But once you turn that headset on and the amplification kicks in, that bass boost that Turtlebeach has put in, once you to basically amplify the audio, is really good. It really opens up the audio. Imaging wise, playing Call of Duty, I did have a sense of what was sort of happening around me. I wouldn't say it's like cheat codes or anything. But it's good. You can definitely hear and make decisions based on that, like what's happening. I used to think that audio was something, I mean, it's just an immersion level. I didn't think that it gave you an edge playing competitively online. That until recently, like, I got EPOS 86 Pro, if you've seen my video. That headset really opened my eyes and I realized that how much you can do if you hear those little cues, like, you're making a decision of what's going on the base of the sound. Because at my age, I see some of my clips, there's an enemy definitely on the screen and I miss them all the time. But if I have that cue, like that person being on the screen and that sound, that little hint, that's when you realize, oh yeah, definitely something's there. So I do think Turtlebeach is very good, but I don't think it's like, with the best. But at that price point, I'm really, really impressed. And I'm really considering now if they've been able to give us this at £50 with their tuning or whatever they've done with their amplification, what their higher end headset is going to sound like must be. I know they've been in the game for a long time, so they know what they're doing. Now they do have cheaper products than this, so this is not their cheapest one, but still £50. And what they're doing, I did have a really, really good experience. And when I do, because at the moment EPOS 86 is my main headset, but when I'm not using that and I need a close back, I do tend to use the Turtlebeach. Now coming to the Nova ones, with audio quality, it's very good. It's like Turtlebeach, what they're doing with the amplification. The Nova ones can actually do that without being amplified. I did like that, but for me, the same problem was here as well. If it's a full volume, if you fire your gun, it's very harsh, and it's kind of like, like you turn the headset down, and the moment you turn it down, you are then sort of losing those little hints and cues a little bit. But the bass is here. It's not as bassy as the Turtlebeach is. Turtlebeach bass I found to be like very good with the amplification, but the sound signature is really good on the Nova ones as well. Now the biggest problem for me was on the Novas is after like a month of use, the ear cushions getting softer. So that pushed the driver so close to my ear, and I have this massive pressure between my ear and the driver. That just made me, they're very comfortable the moment you put them on. Straight away you're like, oh my days, like this is night and day different than the Recon 200s. There is no pressure on the head, and but give it 5 minutes, and that's the biggest problem I have. If I can sort of separate the driver from like my ear, if it is a bit of a separation, I'm sure I would definitely pick the Nova ones. But as it is, I mean, without buying third-party ear cushions like wicked cushions or something, I personally like the sound performance of the Recon 200, but I don't think it's anything to do with the sound quality. It's just how that driver is spaced from your ear, like for myself. But the Nova ones, I think it's a full sound. It's definitely not thin. It's very good, but it is harsh at full volume, so you will tone it down. It's just, you know, that tuning is not there. If you can tune like on Xbox Series X, if you have the Dolby's app, you can definitely do a lot. If you have the DTS app, also there are some different presets in there you can do a lot. But on PlayStation, I think the Recon 200 is a bit better. Just quickly touching up, do these come close to something like the EPOS H6? I mean, I used to think that audio was just audio, you know, until I got these, and these are in a league of their own. It's something else. So that's a total separate video, but I do think the way these are tuned, these prove to me that you don't need like amplification to get like good gaming audio. You can have like just standard drivers like passive and have a really good experience. But no, I don't think that they come that close to it. But if you are on the budget, sound quality wise, if I had to pick one, I'd pick the Recon 200s, but that's just because of what's happening with the ear cushions for me. But the Nova 1X, it's a really good sounding headset as well. Conclusion time. Recon 200 has built-in side tone, which is a very handy feature at this price point. PlayStation 5 passive headsets plugged into the controller. There is no mic monitoring. You can actually have them built into your headset. I've used them many times and it works absolutely amazing. The Steelseries Nova 1X, very sleek design. If you want a headset that's not just for gaming, you want to use it out and about, nothing beats. I mean, this, you put the mic in, the Recon 200 doesn't even come close. The way it looks, the way it fits your head, amazing. Like the Nova 1X, just being an all-rounding headset, I don't think Recon 200 comes close to it. But in terms of audio quality and the gaming experience, I don't think one is a winner over the other. It was just for me personally, because the way the driver was just digging in too much to me on my ears on the Nova ones, that was a bit of a problem for me. But if you are okay with more clamping force and stuff, I don't think Nova one's audio is bad. It's actually really comparable, especially when you consider there's no amplification. They can get you that amount of bass and that kind of audio quality at the passive level. It's quite amazing. It's built better, in my opinion, than the Recon 200. Feels much more sturdier. So it does make more sense to get the Nova ones. But for me personally, somebody who doesn't like much clamping force, I'd rather deal with the head pressure. If I walked into the shop today and I only had £50, I think I'd still be picking up the Recon 200s Gen 2, because I am buying it for gaming. But if you need it anything more than gaming, I think Nova ones are amazing. So in all honesty, if you pick either of these, you are not at a loss. I think they are a very good deal, especially at the price point. Thank you so much for watching this video. If I left anything out, please do leave me a comment. Also, I would be very interested to find out what sort of headsets in this price point that you have used and you think they are quite amazing for gaming. It'd be very interesting to find out what other people actually swear by, like what do they think they're really good experiences. So yeah, and also yeah, one more thing, I'd like to thank everyone who subscribed. But at the time of making this video, I have like over 500 subscribers, which is amazing. Thank you so much for that. And going forward, I would like to make a video comparing like this price point to something like the EPOS H6, which is like 3 times the price point of this. So that's my next thing that I'm working on. Is it actually 3 times the performance, or something like this could get you by? But yeah, thank you so much for watching this one. Hopefully I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.